Farmers in India are staging a one-day nationwide strike in protest over the government's reforms to agriculture laws. Tens of thousands of farmers have been blockading roads into Delhi since the end of November, demanding the changes be repealed. Under the new provisions, state-run purchases will be scrapped, allowing farmers to sell direct to supermarkets. Farmers say they'll be worse off, while the government says the sector needs to be modernised. And for more, I'm joined from Delhi by DW India correspondent Nimisha Jaiswal. Nimisha, farmers say these reforms are against their interests, but the BJP, the government, says the new laws will not hurt farmers. Who's right?
Well, Rebecca, at this point, it is almost a matter of perspective. The government is insisting that they are trying to help farmers by making changes to age-old government-regulated markets that have been the norm so far and are flawed in their own ways. They're also saying that they're trying to knock out middlemen and allow farmers to access more competitive pricing and sell their produce for higher by allowing them to sell to corporates and private firms as well. Farmers, however, are very concerned that once corporates get involved, they can then drive down prices, which eventually ends up hurting the farmers. They also worry that the government may back off from a guaranteed price that they have not mentioned in these new farm laws, and farmers believe that as privates and corporates take over, the governments will back out from their responsibilities, leaving farmers in the lurch.
There's a lot of opposition. Many of the opposition parties are opposed to this law as well. How determined is the government to push through the reforms?
Well, Rebecca, the government is definitely very determined, despite the fact that there have been 5 rounds of talks, that farmers are blocking off roads all around the national capital and insisting that these laws must be rolled back. The government is standing firm that they will not roll back these laws, that the farmers are perhaps being misled. Now, opposition parties have chimed in, expressing support to a national strike that was called by the farmers today. This has led the government to react and call these protests political. The government points out that opposition parties, when in power in the past or when contesting elections, have actually proposed laws very similar to the ones that this government has executed. They also allege that these parties are now trying to pander to the ever-important voting bank of farmers.
Well, the farmers have had Delhi under siege for almost 2 weeks, and the pictures we're seeing, you can see a lot of disruption. Now, today's strike, how much support do the farmers have amongst the general population?
Well, the farmers definitely do have support, Rebecca. When we look at this national strike, transport unions have supported it. There is an expectation that fruit and vegetable supplies will be hit. Bank unions and other unions have also expressed support. However, farmers have said that this strike will only be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. local time, because they do not want to disrupt office goers. They do not want to inconvenience anyone. They say this is a symbolic protest, especially in the run-up to the 6th round of talks they will have with the government tomorrow.
All right. Nimisha Jaiswal in Delhi, thanks very much for the update.